Student friends, in previous lecture we studied the basic action of antenna and we started topic number 3 and the name of the topic was antenna and radio wave propagation. We have created the plan of our lecture. We have introduced the topic and then we have covered the basic action of antenna. How antenna radiates the electromagnetic radiations by converting radio frequency signal into electromagnetic radiation in a space, and how it receives the electromagnetic radiation from the space and couples to the receiver. All that action we have covered by using simple LC tank circuit which we were used in the constructing the oscillatory circuit which we have studied in BSc part 2. Friends, today we are going to proceed little bit further, and that is to study the antenna parameters. Means the working of antenna will be depends upon its characteristics. To understand whether the antenna is working satisfactorily or not, to understand whether the antenna is working properly or not, it is going to depends upon some of the characteristics of antenna. If those characteristics are known, then one can get the performance of antenna. Those characteristics which are responsible to give the idea about the performance of antenna are called as the antenna parameters. In short, we can say the terms used to represent the antenna characteristics and its performance are known as antenna parameters. Means it is a terminology which represents the antenna characteristics and its performance. Means performance and characteristics of antenna are represented by a peculiar terms. Those terms are called as the antenna parameters. By measuring these terminology, by understanding these particular terminology, we are going to understand the performance, better performance of the antenna. And that's fine. Those characteristics or terms used to represent those particular characteristics are called as the antenna parameters. The first terminology that is used to represent the antenna characteristics and its performance is its radiation pattern. So that's why we can call it as the antenna radiation pattern as the first antenna parameter. Now, antenna radiation pattern is three-dimensional pattern which is represented in a space. That is going to decide the direction of antenna. Depending upon that direction, one can locate our receiving antenna so that it is going to receive the maximum strength of the signal to enjoy the performance of received signal. Those geographical representation of three-dimensional radiation pattern of antenna as a function of direction. Means antenna radiation pattern are geographical representation of three-dimensional radiations emitted by the antenna as a function of direction. According to their shapes, these are classified as two types. One is isotropic pattern. These are the pattern in which the radiation intensity is equal in all direction. Isotropic radiation pattern are the again geographical pattern in which the radiation intensity is equal in all direction. The antenna that radiates this pattern is called as a reference antenna, even though it is not reliable in practice. For reference antenna, isotropic pattern are going to be associated. Reference antenna possesses the radiation pattern with equal intensity in all directions. Second one is the omnidirectional pattern. These are the pattern in which it has equal amplitude in each direction in a plane passing through the antenna. Here amplitude, these patterns are related to the amplitude of directional pattern in a particular plane through which those radiations are passing. If the plane is horizontal, this plane is horizontal to the communication system. Dear students, the radiation pattern contains the maximum intensity distribution known as major lobes. The lobe back to the major lobe in opposite direction are called as back lobes, and the lobes on both the sides of the major lobes are called as side lobes or minor lobes. These are represented here. This is actually radiation intensity pattern. It is a three-dimensional structure. So this is maximum directional intensity distribution. It is called as major lobe. Just behind that, it is called as a back lobe. And the lobes which are present on both the sides of major and minor back lobes are called as side lobes or minor lobes. Please remember, friends, these patterns are existing in a space because these are a geographical representation of the intensity of the radiations radiated by the antenna. They may be in a omnidirectional or they may be in an isotropic situation. So this is what we can call it as the radiation pattern of the antenna. It is related with the direction of antenna. Radiation pattern represents the direction of antenna along which the maximum radiations are transmitted or they are going to be gets received. So that's why radiation pattern plays the very vital role to represent the directionality of antenna in which it is going to be located in a space. Friends, second terminology is its radiation resistance. It is the ratio of power radiated by antenna to the current at a feed point. Power upon current is the resistance, or voltage upon current is called as the resistance. But here we can call it as the ratio of power radiated by antenna to the current at a feed point. Radiation resistance is AC resistance equivalent to resistance of parallel tuned circuit. We studied LCR circuit, LCR parallel circuit that can be used for the tuning purpose. Its AC equivalent resistance is associated as a radiation resistance of antenna. It is a part of resistance antenna input impedance and used to calculate the antenna efficiency. Means radiation resistance is a part of antenna input impedance and that can be used to calculate the antenna efficiency. If antenna is replaced by this radiation resistance, it will radiate the same power which will be radiated by the antenna. If antenna is replaced by its radiation resistance will radiate the same power as antenna radiates. This is what you can call it as it is the radiation resistance. If P is the power radiated and RR is the radiation resistance, then power is given as I square RMS into RR. In general, if I is current, R is the resistance, I square R is the power. For antenna, same power is given as P is equal to 80 pi square I square RMS dl square upon lambda square in watt. So this is also power, this is also power. Equate both the equations. So as to get 80 pi square I square RMS dl square upon lambda square equal to I square RMS into RR. I square RMS will cancel and we can get RR, radiation resistance, is equal to 80 pi square dl square upon lambda square, where dl is the change in length radiation resistance, lambda is the wavelength of wave which is radiated by the antenna, 80 and pi are the constant. So this is the formula for radiation resistance of antenna. Basically, it is a AC resistance that is used to calculate the efficiency of antenna, which is going to radiate the same power if it is being replaced, if the antenna is being replaced by its radiation resistance. Such a resistance associated for the antenna, it is called as radiation resistance. Means once again we can say it is the resistance which is used to radiate the radiation pattern in a space. It is AC impedance. It is the ratio of power upon current. By formula we can write it RR, radiation resistance, equal to 80 pi square dl square upon lambda square. Third parameter is input impedance of the antenna. It is the ratio of voltage to the current at a feed point. As voltage and current distribution over the length of antenna is non-uniform, impedance will vary depending upon feed point. It is a ratio of voltage upon current at a feed point, but voltage and current distribution of the radiation pattern of antenna are non-uniform. So that's why impedance is going to change. For given antenna, impedance vary with the change in frequency. If the input frequency transmitted by the antenna changes, then definitely impedance of antenna also changes. So this is one of the parameter that represents the performance of antenna. Fourth parameter is radiation efficiency. In addition to energy which is radiated by antenna, power is also dissipated due to antenna and ground resistance. This is due to discharge of corona effect, dielectric perfect losses near antenna and eddy current in metal objects. No doubt, electromagnetic energy is radiated in a space by the antenna. Along with that, some of the power is going to be dissipated because of the corona effect, dielectric imperfect losses and eddy current losses. These are represented as a lumped total resistance RD. The loss in power is represented by lumped parameter RD. If radiation resistance is RR, the sum of RD plus RR is the total resistance of antenna. We have studied radiation resistance in the last parameter. Total impedance of antenna of resonating length. Thus, efficiency of antenna is eta is equal to RR upon RD plus RR. RR is the radiation resistance, RD plus RR, it is a total resistance. In short, we can say radiation efficiency of antenna is the ratio of radiation resistance upon the total resistance of antenna, where total resistance is RD plus RR. RD is lumped total resistance due to loss in the power or power dissipation due to eddy current losses, imperfect dielectric current losses. So that lumped resistance is represented by RD, RD plus RR. It is a total resistance. So that's why we can define the radiation efficiency as a ratio of radiation resistance upon the total resistance of antenna. For isotropic radiation, there are no losses. So antenna efficiency is unity. For isotropic antenna means where the intensity distribution is equal in all direction. For reference antenna that possesses the isotropic radiations which has no losses, so that's why the reference antenna has got a unit efficiency, means 100% efficiency. Next parameter is the directive gain of antenna. It is a perpendicular, directive gain is perpendicular direction of antenna in which the ratio of power density radiated in that direction by the antenna to the power density that would be radiated by the isotropic antenna. In short, we can say it is the ratio of power density radiated by the antenna to the power density which is expected to be radiated from the isotropic antenna or reference antenna. In short, power density radiated by antenna to the power density radiated by the reference antenna, their ratio, it is going to give you the directive gain. Both the power densities are measured in same distance and radiate the same power. It is a ratio of power also. As the length of antenna increases, its directive gain increases. The non-resonant antenna has a high directive gain than the resonant antenna of equal length. And this directive gain is given as 10 log of PO upon PN in decibel. PO means power radiated by the antenna, PN means power radiated by non-resonant antenna. That is a reference antenna. So this represents the directive gain of antenna. Next parameter is bandwidth. It is the frequency range over which the operation of antenna is satisfactory. All these definitions we are studying in a space. Please remember, antenna is located in a space. So that's how we can say bandwidth. It is the frequency range over which antenna performance is satisfactory. By usual definition, we can say it is the difference between two half power point frequency. It is a usual definition of bandwidth. Next parameter is beam width. It is a measure of directivity of aerial and defined as the solid angle subtended by the antenna points at which the radiation power is half of its maximum value or field strength that falls to 0.707 times the maximum value. So this is the maximum value of field strength, and this is half of the power that falls. So this is angle subtended by that particular antenna where radiation intensity falls half the maximum value or field strength falls 0.707 times its maximum value. So this is the half power point, and this is the angle subtended to this particular point. So this angle we can call it as it is the beam width. Remember. Next one is the polarization. It is the direction in a space of electric vector of electromagnetic wave radiated from an antenna and is parallel to itself. If antennas are vertically or horizontally polarized, VLF, LF, MF, HF, means very large frequency, very low frequency, mid frequency, high frequency antennas are vertically polarized. Polarization is the direction in a space of electric vector of the electromagnetic wave radiated from an antenna. It is parallel to itself. So that's what it is called as the polarization. So these are some of the parameters or which are capable to measure the characteristics of the antenna or performance of the antenna. As terms used here are say polarization, beamwidth, bandwidth, antenna resistance, antenna impedance, radiation pattern. So all these parameters, directive gain, input impedance, radiation pattern, all these are representative of the characteristic performance of the antenna. So that's why these are called as the antenna parameters. Dear students, that's all about the meaning of antenna parameters which are used in practice to give you the satisfactory working of the antenna. Satisfactory working means it should have proper bandwidth, it should have proper bandwidth, it should have the proper radiation pattern, it should particular directionality, it should particular directive gain. If all these are proper, then antenna radiates the maximum electromagnetic radiation after converting the signal from transmitter into the space, and also it may going to receive almost all the electromagnetic radiation and couples to the receiver. So that's what the meaning of the antenna parameters. Friends, this is all about today's lecture. Next time we'll go for the next aspect of the antenna.